The Surcouf, which is the new hotness. Everybody's been checking it out. It's a tier 10 French submarine, now part of the Salvage for Victory event. And craziness, absolute craziness. 203mm main battery, 1x2 setup. Just decently accurate, good AP. Broadside destroyer, or sorry, cruisers. So you just melt them with Citadel hits and stuff like that. She's got some weird torpedo arcs and stuff like that, because her torpedoes are on turrets in the stern, which means you have to be surfaced to fire them. She's got a couple of bow torpedoes that you can, shoot from the bow if you want to. That stuff. You would have to use all your salvage to get it. It may be worth it this time around, and the only reason I say that is because Scuttlebutt, you can do it without like spending any money. If you think about it, if you've got the coal and you've got the boosters, all that really does is delay getting other things in the future, which isn't, in my opinion, a big deal. In the idea that you may not be able to see this submarine again available for, I don't know, at least a year, maybe two. I mean, Kitakami isn't back yet, and that was last year's Salvage for Victory ship, right? And I think they said it was 2 years of exclusivity for that. So, you already have 550 ships anyway, right? So at that point, get something fun. This ship is 100% worth for PvE mains if you love operations. Yeah, I'm gonna try some more PvE stuff today during live play, I think. Surcouf is just another destroyer that can temporarily submerge. This is true. Never had this much fun in operations before. Well, there you go. So let's take a look at the build that you're running here. You've got main armaments mod 1, damage control mod 3, torpedo tubes modification 1, submarine steering gears, torpedo tubes modification 3, and then torpedo tubes modification 2. So you're going all in on the torpedoes here. One thing to consider is if you do end up getting spotted, I find that the damage control party modification is a really good mod for Surcouf because you've got the you've got limited numbers of DCP here, so having it active longer definitely helps. In slot 2, when I built it, I put engine boost modification on here because I found that that's more useful, especially in operations when it comes to trying to relocate places. But damage control is fine, especially for PvP. I would probably say damage control would be good. In slot 3, this one's the tough one. If you're going all in on the torpedoes, then torpedo tubes modification 1 makes sense. If you want to go in on guns and aiming systems mod makes sense. And if you want to play PvP and ranked and stuff like that and randoms, submarine surveillance makes sense. So it really depends on how you want to play the boat. In slot 5, submarine steering gears makes sense. That was 4. In slot 5, it depends too on how you see yourself playing it. If you're playing it as a torpedo ship only or primarily, then okay, why not get the 7% raw damage? You could also go for reinforced bulkheads if you're going to end up taking depth charge hits, especially in competitive or PvP environments. I'd say reinforced bulkheads would be a better choice for you there. And then slot 6, you have really torpedo or guns. Pick one and stick with it. I did torpedo on Friday. If I'm gonna play it today, I'm gonna try guns and see what guns looks like. It looks so fun, doesn't it, Pockington? And to think that it's actually a real design is just wild. Yeah, you guys. So yeah, I mean, and the thing is, it's out. The event is up for another month. So just play the game, get more coal containers, and then decide in a month what you want to do. It does have a spotting aircraft consumable. I wanted to mention this too. It's on a timer, so basically you have to manually turn it off and recall it, or you just submerge and it stops, if I remember correctly. Now you've put Abanyu on for captain. This is an operation, so you're not going to get a devastating strike. You could get potential damage to buff your ship's speed, and I don't know if there's any capture zones in operation. So, in randoms and ranked, Abanyu is fine. We discovered on Friday, Honore does not get buffed skill for Adrenaline Rush there, so there's no reason to take Honore. So it's really up on you or nobody. And for your skills, you went with Liquidator, Priority Target, Improved Battery Capacity, Consumable Specialist, Watchful, Superintendent, Enlarged Shaft. Okay. So, in my opinion, Aldaeus, what I found is most helpful is going to be Adrenaline Rush, which I think you're looking to go for last, because there's no acoustic torpedoes. You don't have to worry about anything with homing, so that gets rid of a lot of your skill choices here as options. We know Last Stand doesn't work for subs. It doesn't really matter, so there's no need for this either. Preventative maintenance could be useful for keeping your guns and torpedoes up and available. And consumable enhancements could work for getting your main battery reload booster up a little bit longer. I do like Consumable Specialist, but it's also an expensive skill at 3 points instead of, 1 point in a lot of other cases. With the return of The Name of Tomorrow, new secondary task 15.1, there might be caps where it can be. That's true. We'll have to see how things work with that. But yeah, so in my build, I went for Adrenaline Rush. I believe I went Consumable Enhancements and not Specialist. And I don't recall. I'd have to look. I think I went for Improved Battery Efficiency. I think that's how I did it for mine. But play around with the ship. Experiment, see what works for you. I think that makes the most sense. And then just go from there, Where were you? You were there. No signal flags because it's an operation and you're conserving flags, right? Oops. I just turned off the wrong overlay. Lol. Okay, there we go. Let's get into your game then and take a look at how you do it. You've got Malta, Libertad, Palmer, and Hawaii, Monmouth, Tulsa as your teammates. And this is on Operation Aegis. Oh, there we go. Fair against subs. There you go, Blue. So, for those of you guys who are new to the operation and how these operations work, oh look, dolphins. You have a bunch of ships that will start spawning this way, and then after that's done, you get some Japanese cruisers and battleships that go this way, and then you get a bunch of stuff that spawns up in here, and the goal is to escort your transport ships to an exit point around here. This is a really good scenario because the enemies don't dodge, right? No destroyer competition for torps as well in this particular lineup. That's a good point, Pockington, yes. So there's the bow torpedoes, and then look at the stern torpedoes now. They're on launchers. It just looks funny, doesn't it? Now you're in the smoke screen, so you could gun here. Now note that the gun buttons are different. Instead of 1 and 2, it's 3 and 4, which is hella confusing. I'd shoot the Yoshino here with AP. Because Yoshino's broadside, you can absolutely Citadel that thing. Historically, stern launchers were only used once per sortie. That would make sense, because it'd be pretty hard to reload them, wouldn't it? Okay, now he's seeing the opportunity with the torpedo hits as well. There's the reload boost. You're aiming a little bit too high. You're bouncing off of the deck armor there. And you're too far forward, too. And you flooded out the Heezen. Top Gun music is fire, yes. I just watched Maverick again yesterday. I made some changes in my home theater setup, and I wanted to make sure everything was working okay. So I fired up Maverick because it's got Dolby Atmos, and that's the best way to test everything, right? Shimakaze spotted you, but that's okay. There's the DCP. Alright, so this is the plane to spot and possibly do some extra damage on the Heisen. Actually, no, sorry. You did it over on the Yoshinos, okay. Those planes will probably get shot down pretty quick. That was something that Pockington mentioned to me about. Yeah, they only got one drop in, but they did start a fire. There's the plane up. Just because, why not? Yeah, and Pockington, I'm probably gonna put your Surcouf game out on YouTube. So when it does, please by all means feel free to comment with what you posted in Discord. I think it's useful for anybody who's watching the videos on YouTube later, you know. And then I can comment with my kind of thinking on it. For me, I understand your C-Star obsession. I didn't consider that. But for me as a new boat, I would be thinking, let's just see what we can do. Now you do have an opportunity for AP with reload boost here. There's no heal on this in the ship and in this game, so that's very risky. Now if you're worried about being detected, one of the things you could do too is start to submerge. Just to make sure you don't accidentally get detected by these ships. But you're pretty far enough away. Yoshino's actually reversing. That's kind of funny. There goes the planes again. Now the big thing you're looking for is to get these guys out of here so that you can deal with the these ships here that are, especially these three, that are escorting the convoy. Because they don't dodge, they just drive in a straight line. We're already at 354,000 damage, by the way. Eating batteries is bad for your health. Proof. Hey, Cthulhu. That's true. That's true. You do also get that bonus XP credit earnings mission. A little too far forward on the torpedoes for the Musashi. I might surface and just kill the Yoshino with AP here. And forget about torping the Musashi. I think you're better off getting in position to torpedo the Azuma and Yoshino. Let me get you a shout out, Cthulhu, while I have a moment. Zows in this operation do not use ASW. Oh, you're talking about submarine surveillance. Nice kill. Now here I might be ready for AP again, for Azuma and Yoshino, especially the Yoshino. Like right here, you could be shooting the Azuma. The only damage you'll take is from the Azuma shooting back at you. So if he's looking at other targets or something, then it's just free damage for you. You do get the kill anyway. The camo is pretty sexy, yeah. See, now you want to hit him with torps, but you can't because... Yes, ASW is anti-submarine warfare, correct. But in this op, as you can see, you're detected and Yoshino's not using them anyway. So all you really have to worry about is his main guns. So I think if I were to do, oh, is that how you get it? Thanks, Aldaeus. If I were to play this in randoms or ranked, I would probably have more of a gun-focused build instead of torpedo-focused. But for PvE, I could definitely see the value in chucking torpedoes as much as possible. Especially operations. I think in asymmetrics, a gun build might still be the better choice. I want to find that out.
Attention. Clarifying the order.
Hey, Shikishima.
Retreat of our transport ships.
Now you could have HE in the barrels here, try to get a fire going so you get a sticky flood on the Shiki. That wouldn't be a bad idea. You could put the plane up, help you with your spotting and accuracy. So I'd probably load HE in the barrels right now. And it's a bungo. However, these guys are going to start moving forward. They're going to start speeding up. There's Yamato, okay. Alright, well, the Malta just took out the Bungo's engines, so the Bungo's going to DCP. Good opportunity for guns with HE and reload boost to try to get the Bungo on a sticky fire. You're at 477.8. But wait, there's more. All four hit. Wow, all four hit on the Bungo. You can put your plane up, get some more damage that way. 570,000 damage, y'all. You're about to get discovered. You're competing against a La Pampa. Ah, there's the ASW, so they do use ASW. Interesting. At that point, I might have just used my guns with reload booster, then dove. You know what I'm saying? $640,000? 670? And still going. Aw, Monmouth stole it from you. Now, the Yamato is just outside your torpedo range. It's range of 12. So you need to make sure he's coming your way and then you get... So what you can do is you look at... Hold on, I gotta tab back into the game. You gotta look at where you're aiming, which is here, at the intersection with the Yamato, and make sure that your torpedoes will hit within the arc. The final ships, the wave ships, will actually dodge torps. That's good to know. I always unlock before firing just as a habit anyways. So 682,000 damage. I was just gonna mention, you might as well get your plane up. No fires, unfortunate. Even if you unlock, sometimes they know anyway. That's true, Cthulhu.
Commandant, nous avons été détectés.
A little too close to the sun there. Again, opportunity to shoot your guns. Here you go with the reload booster. I see what you mean about melting, and you missed the star. Unfortunate. It's an expensive ship to take into operations. It can be. It can be, yeah. And if you saw the Hindenburg in your Hermes game that damn bot was cheating. Yeah, I did see that one. That one was chasing you like crazy. Well, Aldaeus, were you playing this during server reset or close to it? Because it looks to me like we have the issue again where we don't have the end result screens. Oh yeah, expensive to buy. Right, I know what you mean, Andrew. It's a fun final shot to look at there. So you didn't get 5 stars. I have a feeling you were top score on the scoreboard. Fantastic damage dealt. Unfortunately, we don't have the post-battle result screens to look at. This is an issue when the replay is the game itself is played right around the time of server reset. Or maybe it's a more widespread bug because we've gotten it a lot this particular patch. I don't know. But in any case, what do you guys think we should do for a title for this game? I know, once upon a time we didn't have the end screens at all, and now we're kind of accustomed to that, aren't we, Cthulhu? So what do you guys think would be a good title? And Aldaeus, thank you very much for your sub. Sub. Get it? And your submission there, so appreciate you, man.